Namaste, my friend, and welcome to Namaste Today, the Zodiac Weather. My name is Stepº Witecki. I am the Sensei to Sirius Joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light. Such a pleasure to light walk with you today. I'm lovecasting live in 5 dimensions on this beautiful Temple of Gaia on Friday. Thank goddess it's Friday, February 6, 2015, and we are walking along in the light now in Aquarius, and we have reached step 17. Step 17 is when we commit to our vision. Now, there are 12 states of awareness when you are a human being. We're familiar with most of these states, our thinking state, our emotional state, our subconscious state. But there is also a state of belonging. And this is what basically monitors who we are in relativity to everything else. So we have a conscious state that monitors our relativity, and I call that the I belonging state of awareness, and it's where we belong. Now we are approaching the age of Aquarius, and the whole cool thing about Aquarius is everyone will finally fall into where they belong, or where their heart is most attracted. Because that is the force behind belonging. It is love. Loving ourselves, loving certain things about ourselves, and then finding that we belong with others that agree, and others' hearts that agree. So today and through the weekend, you are committing to a vision. We are each committing to a vision in our hearts and where we belong. And we begin the process of walking through that important door. So today, before we get on to how to belong, let's first tame our brain, shall we? With the phrase of the day. I hear my heart, and I commit to my vision. Those are the 2 steps the mind has to be mindful of. To be mindful of the heart, I hear my heart. And I say hear because, it's more than just listening. It is taking it to the heart. I hear my heart, and I commit to my vision. That means that no matter what comes across our path, if we get confused any step of the way, listen to your heart. Hear what your heart is saying to you, and commit to your vision. Well, my heart says this, and my vision is this, and therefore, one of the 2 directions, or one of the 3 or 5, will be very apparent. One of them speaks to your heart, and one of them is committed to your vision. That is how you stay on your path, my friend. So one last time, 3 makes it a charm. I hear my heart, and I hereby commit to my vision. And so it is. I thought so. So the serious step of the day is step 17, Aquarius. And the architecture of the incarnation is as follows. Once we're past the first 11 days of a transit, we reach step 10, where we are now manifesting from that point on. So we are now manifesting where we belong. And until we come to this place next year, most people will not try to change where they belong. Most people will be too involved in other states of awareness because we cycle around them. So this is the time to commit to where we belong for the whole year. This is us pointing to the sun, pointing to the vision of your career, of your marriage, or your self-transformation, or your health, anywhere you may be working on. And we take that strength of our manifestation and we listen to our senses. So in this moment before committing, you want to listen to what your psychic state of awareness is telling you, what your gut is telling you, what your 6th sense is telling you, right? Whatever your clues are in the world, definitely listen to them, and this reaches our decision. The decision is where we can make a commitment and point to where we want to go. And in essence, what we're doing in a decision is we're cutting away from our other options. And that's part of the consciousness here on Earth, that we cut away what we don't want and we give it away if you can, right? So today we're kind of pruning ourselves, lightening the load in some regards. Probably could be some stress off of our back because we're not going to do some things. But we also can fall into our heart because we are going to do other things. So let's take a look at the color therapy and how it's affecting our chakras. Well, orange is I manifest, so this is the orange energies. If you want to manifest, you can accentuate your orange. Aromatherapy of orange actually counts because it is orange and it brings all this to mind and it really does clear the senses. But you can also wear orange if you want to empower your orange. So orange is where you want to definitely clear your lower solar plexus when you're doing your breath work. Violet is, of course, what we're working on with a step 7, I sense. And so when we open up our psychic state of awareness, we literally are opening up our crown. And then we reach a decision. Decision is indigo energy. All right? the indigos, who are here to, quote, change things. That's because I think they're going to change their mind. They're going to decide about different things. And decision leads to leadership. So these are the colors that are lighting up. Now, I recommend, because the moon is in Virgo, that you do some breath work through the heart chakra as well, because our heart is definitely lit up, and we are trying to manifest. Virgo is step 11, the final step. So we are literally seeing our vision today through what it feels like, what it could actually feel like. That means certain details, certain smells, and anything you add to the picture. You know, like if you can't afford the house, but you can afford the fragrance you want in the house, spray the fragrance and think about the house. The more you bring it into a little bit of reality, the more you kind of arc it for reality to happen. And of course, we want to do some breath work through our crown chakra, because that is what we are working on. The I belong. Aquarius operates through the crown, as does Pisces, the next day, the awareness I'll be working on here in about 11 or 12 days. So let's look at the timing of things in the planets today in the cosmic clock. So here is our cosmic clock, and you can see the day hand is the moon, and it has now moved up into Virgo, late Virgo, and into Libra. Right? The moon will be in Libra here through the weekend. But today the sun is at step 17 Aquarius, and that does mean that we're going to commit, and it also means that there's a strong vibration of psychic intuition on the planet today. Mercury is retrograde at step 2, so we are looking at old emotions once again. We might be in an old familiar place, right? That might be one of the feelings you feel today, like this feels oddly familiar. That's when the mind has called up an old feeling. If it's a negative feeling, then it's most certainly triggered by the mind. But it also means that we can be a little jumpy or kind of jump into anxiety if we're not mindful of our feelings consciously. So if we're not being mindful of our feelings, if our feelings are upset, our mind is really wired to them, but it may want to think of other things. And that's where we're like, okay, think about the baby, think about your own feelings. And the moon is in Virgo, finally off of Black Lilith. I have to say those are some heavy energies as it did cross, but I'm glad it's over with. And now we manifest and we feel through creating a new reality and making things become solid. So today is a great day really to get your hands dirty, get them in the soil. It only helps you to manifest what you want to bring into your vision. And this opposition has come to a head. What this is our hearts on the one side with the sun. So we are making some sort of dedication and commitment to a vision that we have. And as you can see, the Earth is conjuncting Jupiter today, dead conjunct, in Leo. Now the Earth is I manifest. So as we are creating vision, we are manifesting something our heart wants. Today, you are manifesting something your heart wants. Over this weekend, you should feel that something your heart wanted has come. And it is indeed right here. Of course, our eye is on what we want next, where we belong. So today, there is perhaps a day to be grateful for what we have manifested, be very grateful for what has come. Jupiter here is going to guarantee that everything is paid and that the heart continues to get what it wants. And as you can see, because we have now reached, we are now opposing Jupiter, we are basically now, our heart is getting its final decisions and trajectories from this high up place, this high mountaintop above the Earth, this high mountaintop above Jupiter. And looking down at the Jupiter energy, so to speak, we really are now at a point where we can navigate, okay, this is what my heart wants, and this is where my heart wants to go. And that, to some degree, is a similar commitment. Because the Earth is conjuncting Jupiter today, we are deciding something that our heart will manifest, and we definitely do want. If the universe offers you something today, definitely accept and receive it. You can always sell it on eBay if it's not what you wanted originally, but you definitely want to accept whatever Jupiter brings as a present and keep the whole weekend open for interesting possibilities as Mother Earth crosses Jupiter. It's a good, fortunate, jovial time. Now, looking at the metaphysics there up in Pisces, we have a lot of consciousness in Pisces, and I've been kind of helping everyone understand how we are psychically opening up. Neptune at step 6 means God is broadcasting 100%. Neptune in the Pisces channel, and at step 6, giving, receiving, fully open. So psychic awareness could not be higher at the moment, I have to say. Then Venus up at step 13. That means that our creativity will have breakthrough in the next 36 hours. It also means that we'll have some breakthrough in receiving something our heart had wanted or something we had prayed for, something our spirit wanted. This is, after all, the Pisces energy. Then Chiron has been spinning there at step 15, which is literally healing our faith, and faith is healing us. So after your faith is healed, use your faith to heal something. All right, that's how it works. So after your faith is healed, use your faith to heal something. And then at the very top, starting this weekend, starting today, this Friday, Mars moves into step 20. That means our egos get very passionate, and the passion now moves into the metaphysical realm of Pisces. So this is where miracles happen. This is where people meet from past lives. This is where people finally can separate after fighting for 30 years, right? This is really the cutting of a high vibration cord. So it's not high drama, but it is high, high, high. And people, if you're having aggressive dreams right now, it's because Mars is in the high heavens of Pisces, stirring up that subconscious state of awareness so that it doesn't drag us down, literally, or manifest sabotage, which is something happens. If we subconscious so much, we bring it right into our life. So the sun is at step 17 with the moon in Virgo. And as I said, we are today on Friday committing to our vision. What's our vision, and where do we want to go next? Then tomorrow on Saturday, it's step 18. You want to act on that vision. And the moon moves into Libra, so emotions are kind of wishy-washy in the morning. You might be a little thrown off your balance as you start the day. But once you find that nice giving and receiving, it will be an awesome weekend. I would imagine no matter what the weather has been for you on Earth, wherever you are in Mother Earth, that your weather will be nicer, most likely, starting Saturday, because the moon and all the energies are getting really light and pretty. And then on Sunday, we manifest that vision. And we also take those actions that we did on Saturday. We put it into action on Saturday, and we manifest on Sunday. I think I got sidetracked with the moon and Libra. So Saturday is action, just to review. Friday, we decide, commit. Saturday, we take action on that commitment. And on Sunday, we squat. We love and trust that everything is correct, and we go with the flow. And of course, with the moon in Libra, we are very capable of going with the flow. So let's take a look now at our consciousness with the Sensei Sunrise. I love sunflowers. They're such beautiful flowers, so tall and strong. They're like Aries. I think they're like an Aries flower to me. So I thought we'd talk about the concept of belonging, and I thought I would show here today in the Sensei Sunrise how our solar system and how our soul system works with the belonging state of awareness. But first, let's look at belonging. Literally, belonging to me is when you want to be for a long time, where you want to be for a long time, who you want to be for a long time. That's where you belong, right? Long time is long distance, and that means in the fields of relativity, it's a wide apart. We're going to keep going and going. Or it's our longest vision, our farthest vision of us. In the dictionary, it says to be in an appropriate situation or environment. And what I teach is that environment and appropriate situation is what your heart wants. We're supposed to be where our heart wants, period. That's how God works. So I thought today I would show you how the fields work a little bit and how the belonging consciousness arcs in our soul's system. In fact, it turns out that the solar system is the soul's system. Same system. It is not only a part of our vibration, but it is literally an example of how we work in incarnation too. God is really clever in letting nature be its own metaphor for how it works. So if you follow my drift. So in the center of our heart, in the center of our chest is our heart, and that is the sun. Just like in the center of our solar system is the sun. So our heart is in the center of our being. It is the center of everything, really, truly. And medical science is starting to show that the heart has a lot of consciousness that has even been, according to people who've been received heart transplants, is transplanted into the other beings. So there is a brain in the heart, ironically. And this is what runs the whole show. Now, orbiting the heart are our thoughts, okay? and our thoughts are zipping around our heart very fast. That means that the heart is technically smarter than thoughts, and we know this because when you're about to think something, you go somewhere. Where do you go? You're going to your heart. That's where you're going, like, ah. You're not going to your brain. Your heart is going, what should the brain think about? What should the brain manifest? What should the brain bring into the first, physicalization of manifestation? And the interesting thing about Mercury is it's moving very fast. It's the second fastest moving state of awareness. You can actually look at the planet's speed around the sun, and that's how fast that state of awareness vibrates. So our thoughts move very fast, and our thoughts are so close to our heart that many of us have a hard time differentiating between our thoughts and our heart. It takes some time. If you're born in a natal chart with the sun conjuncting Mercury, you have a hard time separating your heart from those things. Then we have our creativity field. So it's your love field, then your thoughts are around that, and then your creativity is around that, which means that our thoughts are always under our creativity. Our creativity is always surrounding our thoughts, always, like a field, like an atmosphere. Our thoughts are on the planet of creativity, right? If you think about it that way, and our thoughts are on the planet of the sun, or in the planet of creativity. You see what I'm saying? So each of these are like a Russian doll system, and to some degree, we're always going up in consciousness. Right? So we start from the center and we go up, and it's like onion layers out. So creativity, which is an invisible thing, and notice that we have to go through creativity to get to everything. Now let's move to the next field, Earth. Earth is where all these things, our heart, our thoughts, and our creativity manifest. So by the time we hit the Earth field, we have skin, we have flesh, we have smells, and we have feelings. And the thing about feelings is, feelings are actually swinging around our manifestation. Feelings swing around our creativity. Feelings swing around our thoughts. Feelings swing around our heart. Feelings are basically a blanket that you wear, a blanket that you feel on the inside, and a blanket that is affected by the outside. And that is exactly why the emotional field is so powerful and important. Because our emotions are the actual exchange that we use to go between our inner personal planets or our inner states of awareness and our outer states of awareness. Our emotion is the field we use, all right? And our emotions go in and out of this, so to speak, energetically, tying our inner world to our outer world, and it is the messenger across those worlds. That is why it is our emotional field is so powerful, and this is why the female energy is technically far more powerful than the male energy, all right? So, moving on. Actually, let's go to Mars. I went a little too far ahead there. Mars is the ego field, okay? Now, the ego field is basically that energy that goes around our body, that first energy that's like, I don't know, so many inches from us. And that energy, the ego field of Mars, is literally when someone gets in your face, like, hey, get out of my space, get out of my face, man. That's our ego field. You can feel it charged. This ego field is, of course, the male energy that a woman's like, God, someone is creeping me out over there at the bar. His ego field is going all the way out there, like, woo, extended his Mars all the way out, right? So our ego field is always charged. This is what picks a fight. Like, you pick a fight with me? It's one ego field into another ego field. And, of course, our ego, thank God, is moving slower than some of these other parts of us. Imagine if our ego field moves as fast as our intellect, and our ego just concluded it was going to act and act on its own. I should say that each of these states of awareness is independently aware. So your thoughts are aware of itself, and Venus is aware of itself, its creativity, and reality is aware of itself, and our emotions are aware of itself, and our ego field is aware of itself. And part of our job here is to unite all these states of awareness. To me, that's what enlightenment is getting all these crazy characters on your team. All right, so now we bring it to the next slide that I jumped ahead to. So let's jump all the way up. I don't have time in this first show to get into all the states, but you can see how they layer. You can see how Jupiter is our expansion in our belief structure. So people basically connect on the Jupiter level. Jupiter is the field around us, buzzing around us, where we meet other people. All right, so we meet in the Jupiter field and we hang out. That's why it's the party vibration, and the Sages are the parties, and it's the collective consciousness is Jupiter. So our collective consciousness meets there. So after your Mars field, you've got a field that is connecting you. Then you've got your Saturn field. That's the field that disconnects you. That says, no, you can't come here. Not this party, not my daughter. No, no, no. Saturn is the no maker, and it's where we cut things. Chiron has a very weird orbit, but that's basically the nurse, and it checks in on all the planets. So the part of us that checks in on ourselves, the part of us that checks in our integrity, right? And we finally come to Uranus. And that was my point of the day. Thanks for the patience. Hope it was worth along the way. But Uranus, we come to Uranus, and Uranus is the I belonging consciousness. So this is the field, the one way out there, the one that's past the person that says no in us, past everything else in our life. Our belonging is always way far away from where we see. And by the time we take 3 steps, our belonging takes 3 steps ahead too. This is the part that keeps the barriers of reality moving and expanding always. And so when we make a commitment to belonging somewhere, we are pulling our whole solar system to another destination, to another Milky Way, to another galaxy far, far away. Now, we'll talk about in Pisces this again, all of our from love to belonging, and we'll go from love to Pisces. But Pisces is Neptune, the next one. And in Pisces, that's our psychic antenna that is basically pointing to the entire intergalactic community, listening to everything. So that's our state of awareness that listens. And then Pluto, that little guy, he's guarding the whole thing. Pluto is our final boundary. You got to get through Pluto to get to me, right? That's our Scorpio, our step 0, our hidden step behind everything. So when you create something in your life, you are basically having to light up every state of awareness from your heart, the sun, to your belonging. And you have to know each state and ideally align each of these in order to manifest the reality that your heart truly desires. You have to know what your heart wants, and you have to know where you belong. So in today's 11:11, for those who are subscribers to my Sirius Joy Sensei service, I will text you at 11:11 a.m. with where you belong on Earth, according to your chart and your numerology and sacred geometry. And also at 3:03, I will text you again and tell you which state is in command of your belonging. So our hearts feel like it belongs one place, but there's always one of those other inner planets or one of those other inner states that has been left in charge of the belonging. So I'll tell you which state has been left in charge of your belonging at 3:03 p.m. And when you come back, we'll have your Zodiac weather and your rock and roll gospel after this. One of the problems with love is we don't know ourselves well enough to know who we want. Introducing Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report. You send us your date of birth, we send you a custom video, and we'll talk all about you. The kind of charisma you have, your personality, are you funny, not funny? What's a perfect romance? What's a perfect wedding? What's a perfect home? And what not to do with you. Find out the secret to your heart at secretsofbirthdays.com. End all the uncertainty. Order one now. My name is Christopher Witecki, and I'm your stand-up astrologer.
Live, love, be.
We have to be this big to get on this ride.
Just ask us.
I could go on and on and on. And Taurus just get along quite well, except when they're your mother. Just kidding, Mom.
Your spirit guide loves you, and your angel loves you.
Barack Obama.
Now casting.
Welcome back to Namaste today. Well, now let's move on to our rock and roll gospel. Now, I believe there are 3 ingredients to serious joy: love, laughter, and song. So through this weekend, each day, make sure you love yourself, you laugh at least once, and you sing a song. And right now in Aquarius, we're looking at bands that really made a difference in humanity, that age of Aquarius vibration. And today's band is an awesome one, especially for the topic. The Who, with the song, Who Are You? I love The Who. And I love how it jams. And I love how it's philosophical. And I love really every song. I have had these albums in our house for a long time. My parents used to play them on their record album, and it made it into the 8-track. And this song, I don't know, it always has haunted me, and it also is an awesome song to jam out to. That's one thing about Aquarius. Aquarius is cool, and this is cool music, my friends. Put on some Who, put on something that really brings out the best of you, and make sure you get your love, your laughter, and your song. But before you do your self-love ritual, let's take a look at the moods of each of your brothers and sisters today in your zodiac weather. And today your little treat is, the Earth and Jupiter conjuncting. What are you manifesting in your life over the weekend? What are you manifesting? And your heart will admit it has been a long journey indeed. Starting with step 0's, the Scorpios. Scorpios, cloudy and rather private through the weekend, starting probably tomorrow on Saturday. But you are now manifesting in your life an awesome career direction that I believe your heart truly loves. That's a big deal. Step 1's the Leos, sunny and chatty through the weekend. I believe you are now manifesting in your life, Your Majesty, champagne supernova stardom. And I mean that in the champagne and caviar dreams sort of way. Step 2, the Cancer, sunny, nesting, and resting through the weekend. Be sure to give yourself a break, Cancer. But you are now manifesting in your life confidence and abundance, which is the spiritual buzzword for money. Step 3, the Sagittarius is sunny and super social through the weekend. You are now manifesting life purpose your heart believes in, and that means adventures are ahead. Step 4 is the Aquariuses, sunny and super pensive through the weekend. But you are now manifesting reliable partners. That's romantic and business, and allies. That's huge, especially when you want to change the world. Step 5, the Geminis, sunny and childlike in their hearts this weekend. And you are now manifesting in your life great ideas and great conversation, which to Gemini is what it's all about. Step 6, the Librans, cloudy but feeling cool through the weekend. And you'll be happy to know you are now manifesting social reward and a reputation your heart will appreciate. Step 7, the Pisces, sunny, rather reserved through the weekend, but you are now manifesting in your life a healthy lifestyle and some of your best performances. Step 8, the Capricorn, sunny and professional through the weekend, but you are now manifesting intimacy with yourself and others, and that means transformation. Becoming what you want. Who knew the mountain could change? Step 9, the Aries, sunny and romantic or sentimental through the weekend. You've got good things on the plate, my friend. You are now manifesting true self-love, not just arrogant push self-love, like true self-love, and your desires, what the heart wants. So as soon as your heart's involved with the ego, presto, you get it. Step 10, the Tauruses, sunny and hyper-aware and performing through the weekend. But you are now manifesting in your life emotional security you can count on and probably some new family. Then finally, the Step 11s, the Virgos, sunny and productive this weekend. And I can say you are now manifesting in your life a true inner faith and therefore spiritual miracles. And Virgo's always nitpicking, so true faith is quite a big deal. So if you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. We thank you ahead of time. It helps us with our relationship with YouTube. And if you want to be our friend on Facebook, navigate to soulgarden.me. And if you join our email list, I'll send you an email every morning around 4 a.m. your time. Also, we are at the Conscious Life Expo. If you're actually watching in the monitor, hello, come say hi to us at the table. Meet me in the flesh. And we're so grateful to meet. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's going to be a fun time. Can't wait to meet all of you out there. And don't forget to watch Modern Mommies. The ladies did an amazing job talking about vaccines and the truth of vaccines and where mothers' concerns are. You can check that out on our mothership, soulgarden.tv, the mothership of light. Come on down anytime. We'd love to have you. All right, my friends, you have a fabulous weekend, staying in your heart and manifesting your vision. I'll be back on Monday with more. Have a great weekend and live, love, be.
just so ironic.